Yo, what's going on? Quick live, quick live. I had to come back and do this. Let me get a sip of some coffee. I got upset reading an article. Like really, really, really upset. Like angry reading an article. Man, the system continually fails parents. Single parents at that, right? And this hit hard to me because one, hey, Golden Phoenix, thank you so much for coming through. One, I was raised by a single mother. Yes, raised by a single mother. Okay? My mom and my grandmother raised me. Two, before I got married, was a single father for over 11 years. Okay? Only me. And at one point, I was almost homeless. No joking. Like I was almost homeless. We wind up, me and my three sons moved into a one-bedroom apartment. Thankfully, somebody in my church, the church I started going to, was kind enough to let a single father with three sons live in that apartment. Otherwise, I would have been homeless. I would have been on the street, probably at a Motel 6, trying to hopefully get some food for my kids, right? Right? So I can relate. To the struggles of single parents. Whether you're a single mother or a single father, I can relate. It's not easy when you have to raise a child by yourself, especially if you have to raise two or three by yourself. And it seems like the system has zero empathy or compassion for people in that kind of situation. Not everybody, the system itself, especially if they come from a certain place of privilege. And I went through that at my kids' elementary school. It is what it is, right? They just couldn't understand the struggles I was going through as a single father. And ironically, I'm a teacher today. So I have a better understanding when I interact with my parents who are single parents and they go through things. I understand. I've been there, right? I just read an article about a mom in Ohio who was arrested. He got arrested. Let's see if I can share this with you guys. She was arrested because she left her kids alone to go to work. Are you guys hearing that? She left her kids alone to go to work. She was arrested. The cops came, saw the kids alone. They went to her job and arrested her, probably. I'm going to read this article with you guys, if you guys have a moment. Let's read this article, okay? It upsets me. It does. Mom arrested for leaving children alone at work to go to work. And this is a Fox 5 New York publication that was published 3 days ago. Okay, this happened in Ohio. What are you doing in Ohio, Ohioans? What is the system doing? Here's a mom arrested for leaving children alone to go to work. Now let's read this article and listen to how stupid the system out there is. Yeah, I'm upset. An Ohio woman was arrested and faces 2 child endangerment charges for leaving her children alone to go to work to try to support them. Oh no, we're going to talk about that GoFundMe. There's a silver lining in this situation. We're going to talk about that, Golden Phoenix. All right. So apparently, this One Life Don is about to get a call from Mr. Cameron because somebody wants to be funny on my page. You don't think I could find out who you are? You don't think so? Okay. We'll find out who you are. All right. Can one of the moderators time this guy out? In fact, kick him out of the stream altogether. Okay. You want to be funny? Tonight's not the night to be funny with me. Please don't. All right. Let me continue reading it. Okay. And maybe you should read this too. King Memon. Shayna Bell, 24, of Liberty Township, was arrested after leaving her two daughters, ages 10 and 2, in a Motel 6 to work at a local pizza shop. She was working to provide for her family while they were living in a Motel 6. She's doing what she could, grinding the way she knew how to so that she could try to provide for her kids, right? And she gets arrested. WFMJ reported that she told officers that she usually has someone check in on her children every hour while she works. Bell was arrested last Thursday and she was released from the Trumbull County Jail the next day. The station reported that the children were turned over to their father. Okay, thankfully there was a father that they could, be given to instead of the welfare system or the child protective services, which tends to happen because she was working. A GoFundMe was set up to help Bell find permanent housing, and it was looking to raise $5,000, but had raised more than $80,000 by Wednesday. Okay, now before I go into the GoFundMe account, I do want to say this, man. Like, I think it's upsetting to see that a single parent, whether you're a mom or a dad, a single parent who goes through hard times, but they have to go to work. Because here's the thing, right? You got people out there, and some of you guys are watching this, who rag on the welfare system and claim that people take advantage of it, right? Claim that people take advantage of it as if, and I'm going to say it, all black people want to do is mooch off the system. Okay? Mooch off the system. Then we have examples like this of a mom forced to leave her kids at home alone so that she can make sure that she has money and enough money to provide for her kids. She's grinding. So she's a villain if she gets free support from the state, but then she's a villain if she has to go to work and leave her kids alone. She gets arrested. What should have happened was social workers should have stepped in, right? Sat with the family. How can we help you to get ahead? Not put her behind bars and not file 2 charges of child endangerment against her. What would you do if your son was home crying all alone on the bedroom floor because he was hungry? That's not what we're going to talk about tonight. Like, we'll miss that. We'll talk about it another time. We're talking about this mom being arrested for doing what she felt she needed to do to provide for her kids. Okay? That's what we're talking about. Because the reason I'm passionate about this is because I had to do that too. I had to make sure that my kids had food. All right? I was working a full-time job during the week, paying $13 an hour. An hour. And that's not nearly enough to even pay the rent in New York City, even for a 1-bedroom apartment. So I worked over 18 hours on a Saturday and a Sunday doing photography jobs just to get extra money to provide for my kids. My kids was a home alone most weekends. I had to do what I had to do. This mom had to do what she had to do. And she was arrested for it. Not helped, but arrested at first. I was there. And thankfully, she had people that was nice enough to help her. I was doing it on my own. I would have been arrested too. Thankfully, the law is a little bit more lenient in New York State. But if I was in Ohio, I would have been arrested too. I would have been arrested probably with 3 counts of child endangerment because I had to work to provide for my family. Crazy. Can you guys time out Gabriel Harrison, please? In fact, block him from the stream if you guys don't mind. I would greatly appreciate that. Well, any of my moderators, just do that for me because I don't have access to the chat right now. So moderators, can you guys get on that? And this Gabriel Harrison, that's not my son. Let's kick him out, please. Thank you. Okay. So it's crazy. right? But there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. All right, let me show you this article. Here we go. Let me show this. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Okay, let me show you this article. It says here. All right, let's take a look at this, right? And I'm glad that she got the help. Not from the police officers or the system that arrested her, but from kind people who gave money to a GoFundMe. $145,000 raised for mom who left kids alone so she could work. An outpouring of support from strangers lifting up an Ohio woman who found herself in a very tough spot. Go to work to support her family, but leave her children alone or stay with them and lose her job, which is the plight of many single parents out there. The struggle of many, many. Police arrested Shayna Bell, age 24, of Liberty Township at a Little Caesars fast food restaurant where she works last week because she left two daughters, 10 and 2, alone in a Motel 6 where they live. They live in a Motel 6, people. I had to go to work. My daughter decided that she wanted to stay here, Bell told WKBN News this week. I felt that she was old enough to be able to stay here with her sister for a few hours because my job is right down the street. She told police that she usually asks someone to check on her children every hour while she works. Okay. A GoFundMe account was set up to help Bell find permanent housing. The news of her arrest prompted thousands of people to donate money to help her and her children. A lot of people were saying hurtful things, but a lot of people are also being there for me and showing great support. Bell told TV station, I have over $100,000 in a GoFundMe account right now. I didn't ask for that, but people gave it to me, and I'm just over appreciative of what's going on. Okay? The fundraiser had generated more than $145,000 as of Friday evening. That's yesterday, people. Bell said she plans to buy a house for her family. Okay? Now, let's check out her GoFundMe account. Let's check that out for a hot second, right? Insane. And I'm thankful that people saw it fit to help her out, okay? Because I know how hard it is as a single parent to raise your kids, right? It's hard. It's difficult. It's challenging, right? It's challenging. She was able to raise $156,000, over $156,000, right? Up almost, she's doing good right now. Hopefully she could buy a house outright and not have to be concerned about having to pay rent or mortgage, just the taxes on a house. And hopefully she could work now just to provide childcare for her kids. All right, because we're also in a pandemic, people. We forget that. We're in a pandemic. Most schools are closed. Thousands of children across the nation are home alone during the day doing school by themselves because mom has to work or dad has to work. So we arrest a mom, make her a villain, charge her with idiotic child endangerment charges because she has to go to work. The system is constantly failing single parents out there. Constantly. It's disgusting. It's ugly. It's evil. Evil how they treat single parents. Evil. The police should have showed up there, all right, and say, you know what? Let's call to see if we can help this family out. Not arrest the mom. Or if they brought her down to the precinct, offer her help there. Not put her behind bars for a night. Release her and then charge her with child endangerment charges. She did what she needed to do. That's right, Marley. Thank you so much for coming into the live stream. I'm reading it. Somebody shared it on Facebook. I'm reading it and I was angry because it just brought me back to a couple of years ago. It brought me back because I was there. If I lived in Ohio and the police came to my house on a Saturday night while I was working 2 hours away doing photography gigs, when I got home, I would have been met by the police and put in handcuffs and taken to jail because I was a single father, a single parent, doing what I had to do to make sure that my kids had food on the table, clothes on their back, and a roof over their heads. I praise God that we're in a very, very amazing place right now. Like, we're doing really good. Home ownership in the whole nine. Like I literally went from being almost homeless to a homeowner. All glory to God. Okay. But I don't get it. People don't get it. The system consistently fails and looks their noses down on people that struggle as if they want to be in that situation. Because this mom, she wasn't out clubbing. She wasn't out clubbing. It wasn't like 2:30 in the morning and her kids were home alone. All right. Little Caesars closes the latest 11 o'clock in New York City. They're in Ohio. They probably close at like 9 p.m. I don't know. I'm just speculating the time. Come on. Yes, thumbs up this, like, please thumbs this up. So guys, man, like, I'm so thankful that she was able to raise, not her, but whoever it is that did this for her was able to raise money. Because now her and her babies will be able to live in a house, buy a home and live in a home, not in a Motel 6. And hopefully not have police come to their house and want to charge them and arrest mom again. It's insane. Like, where's the empathy? Where's the compassion? Where's the compassion? We have systems in place to police. And I have nothing against police. We have systems in place to police, to discipline, but not to offer aid? Because I know it exists. I know there's systems out there that do. How do I know? Because these systems out there bailing out businesses when they go down. We don't got the system looking down their noses at them. But a single mom, a single father who has to work and happen to leave their kids at home because they have no other options, no other support. They got the system looking down on them. It's insane. What? Yo, Shanita Marie randomly, yo. And what kind of father would do that, yo? Like, I've been there. Like, and it's not like it's no, that's beyond cold. Like, that's evil. That's petty, evil, vindictive behavior for a man to do that. Okay? But it's crazy how the system that's set up looked at this single mother and thought the best option to discipline her for leaving her kids at home was to arrest her because she was doing what she needed to do to make sure her kids had. You know, I literally teared up a little bit and got emotional. I had to like choke back the tears reading this because it brought me back. I know this is a mom, but I was there. So I'm thankful and I'm happy that she now has the opportunity to buy a home. Like, she's not saying, oh, I want to go on vacation, I'm going to buy me a car. She's going to buy a house through the generous donations, the open hearts of the people that decided to give to this GoFundMe account. All right. So if anybody out there that's watching that gave, you guys rock. You guys are the true heroes. Okay. And this single mama that hopefully, I'm not sure if she's going to watch this, but you single mom, you're a hero too, because you did what you had to do for your kids and the system let you down. But thankfully there were people that wanted to elevate you to a place where you didn't need to rely on the system. So that's my 2 cents on this. All right. I had to really get this off my chest tonight. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to close this out here. I'm going to head to bed. I got church in the morning, virtual church, church, not really baptized, bedside Baptist. I get up, I get my coffee, get my Bible app, and I sit in the living room and watch Christian Cultural Center, Pastor A.R. Bernard. You know what I'll do? I'll share the link tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you guys want to watch it with me. All right. Shanita says, fortunately, for my sake, CPS didn't believe the things that were said, and they dropped the case. And here's the thing, right? Like if CPS get involved, they should get involved with the goal of giving aid and helping, not to discipline parents for doing what they need to do. And your ex-husband, the kid's father, he should have been arrested for doing that. Okay. All right, guys. So I am done. I am out. Hit the like button if you have not done so yet. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys, what happens in your city or your township as far as something like this. Like, would they arrest the single parent for having to work and leaving the kids at home alone? Because it wasn't like they were both, like one was 2 and one was 4. One was 10. And I teach 4th grade. The 10-year-olds. Like these 4th graders, we expect to, in the classroom, expect to work, do things independently. All right. Is it ideal to leave a 10-year-old with a 2-year-old? No. But can a 10-year-old be fully capable? Absolutely. My family's from Trinidad. All right. They were taking care of each other, siblings taking care of each other by the time they were like 5. Okay. Listen, it happens. But we don't villainize them. We help them. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and join the Harrison Extended family. And hit the bell notification so it'll let you know when I do lives and upload new videos. Okay. In Georgia, the eldest child has to be 13. In New York State, there's no set, a minimum age. It's at the parent's discretion, to leave the child at home. But the parent, if anything does happen, the parent has to have like proof. The burden of proof falls on the parent to show that she left or he left children at home, believing with evidence that they were capable of being on their own. So it's not, there's no minimum age per se in New York State. All right, guys, have a good night. God bless. I appreciate everybody for being here and watching. And until the next live stream or upload or whatever it is,